Good day, my fellow classmates. Good day, sir. So, today, we're going to report or discuss our given topic, which is Asian regionalism. So, before going on to our topic, disclaimer, this video is for educational use only, and our group is allowing our instructor, Mr. Roldan Ardines, to use this video as his educational material. Before I proceed to the main discussion of the topic, Asian regionalism, I will present to you or read to you first the learning objectives of this reporting. At the end of this reporting, the students are expected to understand or learn something about Asian regionalism. First is to differentiate between regionalization and globalization. Second is to identify the factors leading to a greater integration of Asian region. And lastly, the third one is to analyze how the different Asian states confront the challenges of globalization and regionalization. Now, for the main discussion, my specific topic is about regionalism. What is regionalism? So, regionalism is defined as a political ideology that favors a specific region over a large or a greater area. So, it is a process of dividing a smaller area or a country into a smaller segments called region. So, does regionalism really happens? My answer to that is yes. Before we knew it, regionalism already takes place a very long time ago. It is usually due to the result of political separations, geography, religions, cultural traditions or cultural regions, and linguistic languages or linguistic regions. To better understand that regionalism really takes place or really occurs, I will provide an example. I will be basing my example to our country, Philippines. So as we know, our country, Philippines, is divided into three major islands or archipelagos. First is the Luzon, second is Visayas, and third is Mindanao. So each of the three major islands has its own regions. We have 17 regions. So for Luzon, we have 8 regions, Visayas, 3 regions, and Mindanao, which has 6 regions. To expand more our learnings, I will be comparing two different regions. First is the Central Visayas, and the second one is the BARM or Bangsamoro Autonomous Region in Muslim Mindanao. In terms of politics, BARM and Central Visayas has its own different approaches. When it comes to BARM, BARM has a parliamentary system or a so-called self-governance. So when we say parliamentary system, it is that no single person has supremacy over others in policy or in decision making. For example, the leader of a parliamentary system is the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister cannot force his own ideas over his own party. So, he needs to at least influence 50% plus of the officials in the parliamentary seats to win his ideas before it is enforced or followed by the people in that certain region. While in the Visayas region, we have the so-called election or voting, wherein we vote high officials like the presidents who is responsible for governing our country. He is the one who will accommodate and enforce laws and regulations in our country. And under him are local governments that have significant roles in operating under a more centralized and national government system. And that's the reason why regionalism takes place. Every region has their own perspectives or point of view in handling their regions, especially in terms of politics, linguistics or languages, religions, and cultural traditions from border to border, which they say deem beneficiary and fit to their regions.
Good day everyone, good day sir. I'm Det Cadet Dumatag Giovanni, and I'm the one to tackle about Asian regionalism. So when we say Asian regionalism, it refers to the process of Asian countries working together to strengthen economic, political, and cultural ties within the region. It involves cooperation through organizations like Association of Southeast Asian Nation, or what we call ASEAN, and initiatives like trade agreement, security alliances, and cultural exchanges. So the goal is to enhance regional stability, economic growth, and collective influence on the global stage by promoting unity and collaboration among Asian nations. So, ang ASEAN regionalism mao ni ang proseso sa pagtinabangay sa mga nasod sa Asia aron mapalig-on ang ilang ekonomikong, political o kultural nga relasyon pinagi sa mga organisasyon o inisyatibo sama sa ASEAN. So, ang ASEAN their aim is to promote regional stability, economic growth, and cooperation among its members countries through political, economic, and cultural collaboration. So, a product of economic interaction between Asian countries. So, Asian regionalism is driven by increasing economic interaction, including trade, investment, and supply chain integration among Asian countries. So, this collaboration strengthens economic ties, fosters mutual growth, and enhances regional stability. So, one example of that is ang ASEAN. So, ASEAN which promotes economic, political, and security cooperation among its 10 members countries, enhancing regional integration and stability. Next is ASEAN economies have grown not only richer but also closer together. So, Asian economies have become wealthier and more interconnected through increased trade, investment, and cooperation. This growing closeness has strengthened economic ties, fostering mutual prosperity and regional stability. One example is ASEAN Free Trade Area, or EFTA, which reduces tariff and trade barrier among ASEAN members countries, facilitating greater economic integration and closer economic relationship within the region. Next is the new technological trends have further strengthened ties among them, as have the rise of the China and India and the region growing in the global economy. So new technologies have made it easier for ASEAN countries to connect and collaborate. The growing economic power of China and India, along with the region increasing influence in the global economy, has further enhanced this connection. So new technologies have made it easier for Asian countries to connect and collaborate more effectively. For example, the widespread use of digital payment system like Alipay and Paytm has improved cross-border trade and financial trade transaction in region. So, kani siyang Alipay and Paytm kay murag similarity na gyapon na siya sa tuwa diri sa Pilipinas, which is ang GCash. So, next is the 1997 and 1998 financial crisis dealt a severe setback to much of the region, highlighting Asia's shared interest and common vulnerabilities and providing an impetus for regional cooperation. So, ang 1997 and 1998 financial crisis naka-apekto sa pag-ayo sa daghan sa bahin sa Asia, showing that countries in the region have common interests and weaknesses. Kini naghatag og rason para magtinabangay ang mga nasod sa rehiyon. The crisis made countries realize the need for regional cooperation to protect themselves and improve their economies together. Example is the establishment of Asian Monetary Fund, or AMF proposal, which aimed to provide regional mechanism for financially stability and crisis management in Asia. So, in the early stage of Asian economic growth, countries and regions slowly started working together. They mainly focused on selling goods to developed countries. The Japanese economist Akamatsu compared this growth pattern to a flock of flying geese. Each country followed by similar path, but not because they were directly connected, just because they were growing in a similar way. Today, Asian economies are more connected. They rely on each other because they have become important to one another. They now work together more closely, exchanging parts and components as part of large production connection. So the
Difference between globalization and regionalism. Globalization and regionalism are two distinct concepts related to the economic and political and cultural integration. So, what is globalization? Globalization refers to the process of increasing interconnectedness and interdependence among countries, often driven by advancement in technology, trade, and communication. It involves an integration markets, cultures, and political systems on a global scale, leading on a greater international cooperation and spread of ideas and practices among borders. So what is regionalism? Regionalism focuses in integration and cooperation with a specific geographic region. It emphasizes regional cooperation and collective action among neighboring countries to address shared issues to enhance economic opportunities and strengthen political ties. Regionalism often involves an formation of regionalism organization and agreements, such as the European Union and Association of Southeast Asian Nation ASEAN. In summary, globalization is a global integration, while regionalization is about a strengthened ties with a specific region.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Cadet Binologa, and my topic to be discussed is regional integration. Regional integration or economic integration is a process in which neighboring countries enter an agreement to cooperate or work together in order to achieve peace, stability, and wealth. Regional integration aims to achieve greater economic growth. The purpose of regional integration is to develop human resources, eliminate trade barriers and tariffs that can result into increase of trade and investment. Since the world is moving towards integration and it is inevitable in Asia, the Southeast Asian regions form an association which is the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, or we call it ASEAN. These member states fit perfectly because of the factors: military defense, economic crisis, resources, and protection of independence. There are many factors that led the Asian regions into greater integration, and these factors will be discussed by our next reporter, Cadet Soldevilla.
Hello guys, I the Cadet Solivilla John Luis, and my topic is all about factors that are leading the Asian region into greater integration, and there are many factors. First, integration has been market-driven. Within Asia, there are a variety of system, institution, procedures, social relations, and instructions that are put in a place for countries to engage in exchange. Second, formal institutions such as the Asian Development Bank (ADB) were established. Third, economics and grants and overseas development assistance are made available by Better Asian Economics. Fourth, production networks have expanded. Fifth, cooperation among Asian and East Asian countries in use the ASEAN. Three financial ministers process that established two economic structures, the Chiang Mai Institute and the Asian Bond Markets Initiative. The process aims to strengthen policy dialogue, coordination, and collaboration on common financial, monetary, and fiscal issues. And Asian countries are becoming more connected because they trade a lot with each other and build system to make this easier. Organizations like the Asian Development Bank help support economic cooperation, and richer countries provide financial aid to other countries. Also collaborate by sharing parts of production process and creating networks. Additionally, groups like ASEAN and Initiatives such as initiative help countries work together on financial and economic issues, further strengthening their ties. Overall, these actions lead to more economic and financial integration in Asia. So, therefore, the increasing trade financial support, shared shared support, production networks and cooperation among Asian countries are bringing them closer together, creating more integrated economical and field.
Good morning everyone, I am Indian Cadet Manalop and I am here to tackle about how do different Asian states confront the challenges of globalization and regionalism. So first is energy and environmental concerns. Rapid economic growth for Asia that led to reliance on economic imports, increasing the importance of sea lanes and transformational routes. Second is migration. The combination of rapidly growing populations in much of the developing world, increasing porous national borders, and disparities of economic growth rates have sparked in a dramatic increase in international migration. Next is organized crime and threats from non-state actors. Through the increasing ease of the communication and transportation flows and growing permeability of national borders, organized crime networks, terrorism, drugs, and weapon trafficking, and even human smugglers face fewer constraints of their activities.
The shift in the balance of power or transfer of the power is the change in the distribution of the power in a system or a group where one party or country becomes stronger or weaker than others. So example of that is during the Cold War, world power became focused on the two great power, the United States and the Soviet Union. Both countries continue to strengthen their military and economy to remain more powerful. However, after the fall of the Soviet Union, the balance of the power shifted to the United States, which became a dominant power in the world. So this is an example of changing the balance of power. The expanding roles of the military so means that the responsibility function of the military are increasing or dispersed. It is not limited to protecting our country for enemy, but it involves various activities. For example, during the natural disaster such as a typhoon, earthquake, or flood, the military will assist in rescue operation and the relief efforts. They are not just for a war, but for helping victims of the tragedies. Globalization and democracy. Two important concepts are related. Globalization is the process by which the world is united through technology, economy, and culture and politics. Democracy is a system government where the people have the power to choose their leader and participate in decisions that affect the country. For example, of globalization, the arrival of the internet has facilitated global communication and the expansion of the business, such as the company Amazon or Alibaba, which have provided products to user in any location. And the example of the democracy in the Philippines, the people regularly vote election to choose their president, senator, and other official to represent their interests in the government.